PIX11 is your election headquarters. We partnered up with Hunter College to host a debate between the three candidates vying for a vote in the 12th Congressional District race. Dan served as moderator. Yes. And newcomer Suraj Patel faced off with two veteran politicians who did not hold back.
The next 2 years will be critical. We need to send experienced people who know how to fight and win. This is not a time for rookies. This is a time for our best team going forward to combat this extreme Supreme Court.
And Ms. Maloney, you've been in Congress.
We tried to keep them on time with that bell. The candidates squared off on congestion pricing, policing, and the monkeypox vaccine. We got a lot of ground to cover in that hour. We are joined by political commentator Gerson Barrero to find out who came out ahead. So good morning, Gerson. Thanks for being here.
Buenos dias, New York. Buenos dias to you and Hazel.
So let's get right to it, because, yeah, I'm seeing stars this morning because of the debate last night, staying up late for this one. But, you know, I want to begin with the flip-flop on supporting Joe Biden as president, right? There was things that were said last week, comments that were made by Carolyn Maloney and Jerrold Nadler. It seems that today, last night, they were full steam ahead in supporting him. What did you make of all that?
I thought that, look, I understood it. Maybe I'm old enough to understand that kind of talk among viejos. But the fact is that they were being very honest. This is what's being talked about, what's not being said by most Democrats. The congressional delegation, I speak to a few of them, they all feel that way. They don't know if Joe Biden should run or not. Yesterday, they cleaned it up. But I thought it's been a bit unfair, especially on the part of the young Senor Patel, to sort of dump on them. Dude, you got your 5 minutes worth of fame. It's over. They clarified it. He's probably thinking that and not being honest about it. At least Jerry and Carolyn are being honest about it. And most of you, did you see your own poll demonstrates that there is a huge amount of Democrats in that district that actually don't think that Joe Biden
it's pretty much half
should
and half.
be the candidate.
Who would you say performed the best last night, then, out of those three?
The panel. Dan and the panel. The journalists. I'm being honest. You know me. I mean,
yes, I know.
I've made bad choices and things I said, but I got to tell you, the panel, there's got to be an understanding, an appreciation. And I'm not, sucking up to you, Dan, and the rest of my colleagues. The fact is you did a great job. You planned for it. You got as many questions. I had one person call me this morning who actually was saying, oh, they were unfair. They were too quick. They cut them off. Yeah, because they got to follow rules. You got a specific time. Television is all about time. So we go back to the panel and the questions you asked. There was enough covered. There was hesitation. Jerry looked better than last time around. He appears to be slow. That's not the Jerry that we know. Age has a way of manifesting itself in all of us. We all get old at some point. I found how they handled the question from our colega when she asked him about what age are you going to retire. That was a tough question. And I think they handled it well. I found that Jerry did better than he did last time. Senor Patel, he has an opportunity. I want to know what he's done. Dan, I tweeted about this. I think
I saw your tweet.
Yeah, I want to know what he did in between running for, against Carolyn Maloney. It appears, I had someone send me that the fact that he talked to a constituent. Dude, what do you do in between running? Do you do any community work? Do you hand out lunches? Do you give out clothing for homeless? Do you work in a shelter? Do you, I don't know what he does. And also, I want to know more about his background, which is, kind of interesting. Yeah. Not only, his humble background, they got money. His family is involved. And if I'm not mistaken, in the motel business and hotel business, what is it? Where's the money coming from? And in terms of Carolyn Maloney, I think that the fact that she has so many things to say, so much to say, a list of accomplishments, just like Jerry, but they don't have enough time. I think they all did well. Nobody, it was just
no clear winner.
Tight blows. Nobody had a knockout. No one.
So let me ask you this, though, because if Suraj Patel does win, and Congressman Nadler made a point to bring this up about losing committee chairs, right? You would lose 2 committee chairs. So what does that mean for the Democratic Party?
It's terrible. It's terrible for, never mind the Democratic Party, which you're right about. It would just, I think that everyone, because remember, what's at play here is not only here in New York State, which would be devastating for us. It really would. And it is about seniority. Senor Patel may think otherwise, but the fact is, and he mentioned he threw in Hakeem Jeffries. Hakeem has played his dues, made his dues 15 years, but he works hard at fundraising nationally for candidates. He travels. There's a lot of work involved. This isn't easy. This isn't just, you know, what the people of the 12th Congressional District want or need, but rather it does matter, Dan. You know it. Hazel knows it. We've been around. We know what politics is about. Seniority does count. It would be a terrible mistake. Look, in their infinite wisdom, the voters, or stupidity, the voters of the 12th Congressional District will decide who they send. But I've got to tell you, watch out, because if we lose them both, and I know senior citizens should be out to pasture or go to a nursing home, what have you. I don't think either one of these two people are deserving of that. I think we have to maximize in an intelligent way their seniority and what they can pull. This is going to be a hard, never mind the midterms, 2024 is going to be very difficult, as you can see from, you know, the former, and that he's still making trouble. But it's going to be tough, and it's going to get tougher for New York, which is, you know, we are a Democratic state for the most part, so this is going to get tough.
But these candidates did see eye to eye, at least on one thing, when we're talking about the migrant busing issue right now. So here's what they had to say last night, and let's talk about it on the other side.
We have to provide for these people, and that means that we have to provide social services for them, and that means that it's going to cost a lot of money, and the federal government ought to reimburse, pay for this.
We need comprehensive immigration reform. We need a pathway for DACA and TPS to receive citizenship. It should be a bipartisan effort.
Absolutely, the federal government should intervene.
Citizenship.
No, we do want to mention that Suraj Patel did give part of his answer in Spanish. How did that strike you?
I wish he had kept going in Spanish. I wanted to see how much Spanish he knew. And Dan, I know Dan knows some Spanish, but we would go blah, 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 blah. No, seriously, on this issue, I wanted to, you know, there was like a standard pro forma response and DACA and, you know, this, we got to do this. You know what I wanted to hear? I want to say, let's get on buses. Which, you know, Eric Adams is alluded to. Let's go get on buses. Let's be, you know, free Texas of Abbott. That's what I want to hear. I'm tired of listening to the same thing. You know, it doesn't matter if it's Republican or Democrats. We've been hearing the same things.
But do you think Suraj Patel will win voters with that, speaking in Spanish, win voters in this district?
I think there's around 5 Latinos in that district. You know, he might win there, but there isn't a huge Latino vote there. But at least he's trying. I don't know that Jerry at this point is learning any Spanish. Neither is Carolyn Maloney, even though she was known as La Rubia del Barrio. She started in East Harlem. She did represent, you know, when it was predominantly Puerto Rican more than 30 years ago. So having said that, I want to see more than talk. I'm tired of talk. All administrations do it. There is no reform. There's nothing. And I think Eric Adams is getting the right attitude of getting on buses, and I hope to see the Congress members actually get on buses and go campaign. Not for Beto O'Rourke, but rather to get Abbott out.
We know we're out of time. That's what we do best here. Ring the bell. Ding, ding.
We have no
Bing,
bell
bing.
today.
Right, ding, ding.
Thank you for my time.
Yes, Gerson, thank you as always for your commentary on this. And we'll have you back next week. We're doing a New York 10 debate next week, so we'll talk to you.
That's a bit. I'm on.
That's a big one.
I know.
There you go.
Thanks, Gerson.